Polynomials. What are polynomials? Polynomials are algebraic expression that consists of variables and coefficient. Now we have these variables here and coefficient. Variables are also sometimes called indeterminate. Now for example, polynomials with one variable is, so here the variable is x squared plus x minus 12, and we can see that this is a polynomial because it has a variable. And when you talk about coefficient, it is the number which is multiplied with the variable. So for this one, you have, if there's no number, it means there is 1, so the coefficient is 1. And then for x squared, and your coefficient for x here is positive 1, right? Okay, so the presence of a variable in an expression is known as polynomials. Now for polynomials, in a polynomial we'll see that the variable here, so alphabet here, are known as variables. So the variables out here are x and y, whereas your exponent is here, right? A number which is raised to a base. Then you have a constant. Constant means number which do not have the presence of variable. So constant here.
-7.
Likewise, coefficients are the numerical value which is multiplied with the variable. So for here, 5 and 2 is your coefficient. So coefficient, easy way to remember is, the meaning of coexistent means you exist together, right? Human being coexists with animals. So likewise, number coexists with a variable. So coefficient means which is multiplied with the variable. So constants are numerical value without variables. Variables are alphabets, and exponents are number which is raised to a base. Now types of polynomial. We have different types of polynomial, and it depends upon the number of terms. So now number 1 is monomial. So if there is just one term, it is known as monomial. Binomial, bi stands for 2, right? So it's 2 terms. Trinomial, 3 terms, and polynomial containing 4 terms are known as quadrinomial, while we have pentanomial, which is polynomials having 5 terms, and it goes on and on. So hexanomial, and you can just count on, right? Now there are also some types, even though the variables are present or the coefficient, they do not qualify as polynomials. So those are non-polynomials. For example, 1 over x. So like the polynomials which the variable, if it is dividing the expression, it is not considered as a polynomial. So here if you see in this example, your x is being dividing, so x is dividing number 1, so like that is why it is not a polynomial. More so, even if you have an expression where your variable is raised to an exponent, negative exponent, it does not qualify as polynomial, because we know that a negative exponent means 1 over x raised to 3. So you cannot have a variable dividing the expression, hence it is not a polynomial. Now, so under types of polynomial, like I explained earlier, one term means a monomial. So and 2, okay, so example x, you have 3x. So for the example, you can mention here, you can think it can be 4xyz, or x cubed y squared, or 2x, or negative 3xy, right? So in all this example, we have just one term. Now you combine two of the terms here. So if I pick 2 example here, and that will become your binomial, so with two terms. So example, x squared plus x. So like I pick this x, one monomial, okay, separate it by using a subtraction, and then pick another monomial, so this becomes a binomial. I can do the same thing. So I have here 4 xyz plus x cubed y squared. So I pick two of the monomial and then it combine them to make a binomial. So binomial means two terms. So you can make further examples, right? So y squared x minus 3xy squared z. Yeah, so two terms. I hope you are getting this, because now the next one is trinomial, and then you just have to combine three terms. So like x squared plus 2x plus 20 is one of the examples. So meaning if you pick one of the binomial example, so x squared plus x, and pick one of the monomial, let's say minus 3xy. So you have three terms here. So terms basically are separated by positive or negative. Terms of polynomial. Okay, so I hope you understood what's the meaning of terms, right? So it's kind of a group and they are separated by plus and minus. So you have four terms here. Quadrinomial, right? The degree of polynomial, so degree, the highest exponent. Then find the degree of the polynomial. So you just have to look at the variables and then try to compare the exponents. So you have 1, 2 and 4. So 4 is the degree of this. Then this is the coefficient, meaning number which is multiplied with the variable is the coefficient. Okay, x squared coefficient. So you have x squared here, in front there is none, that means 1 is your coefficient. In front of x squared, negative 1. In front of x squared you have constant 2 pi, and there's no x squared in this expression, that means the coefficient would be 0.